Can you hear me? I should be live. Can you hear me now? Uh, I'm so sorry that I'm having trouble with this. I did not prepare myself well enough. Um, hey, Roland, can you hear me now? Like, I'm doing everything from my phone because my computer isn't recognizing my mic. So if you can hear me, put in the chat, yes, I can hear you, to make sure that I can work while looking at the comments, or else I won't really be able to see comments, which would stink, wouldn't be the ideal. So I'm gonna wait a little bit because I know that it is okay, nice. That's really nice. That's that's good. Okay, so I'm gonna start in just a little bit. Okay, I think I'm back. I know what happened. I think I know what happened. I uh I was in another tab. I was in a YouTube tab, and so then it kicked me out of the StreamYard. So then it could, because my image that you guys are seeing is from my computer, and my audio is from my phone. So then, and I'm also looking at the comments on my phone. And so then I'm pretty sure the StreamYard kicked me out of the studio from my phone, and then I can't, you know, I can't. I'm trying to think of what I'm trying to, and then I can't speak because then it kicks me out. So then my audio is not there. Yeah, probably Roland. Yeah, and I didn't notice it. Like StreamYard didn't say anything. So then it just like it kicked me out because I was in a different tab, and then my audio just left, and I didn't notice it. But I should be back. So what I think I'm probably gonna try and do is on my computer I can go back and forth, and you guys will only see the created tab. So I think every once in a while I might actually wait, no. I'm on StreamYard on the phone, and StreamYard on the phone has uh I can see comments. So we should be good to go for now. From now on. We should be fine. We should not have any more problems of that sort. Yay. And again, I apologize for not being prepared for the stream. Uh, I just didn't prepare. I just did not put time forth to doing that. Oi, Matheus. Valeu por vir, cara. A gente vem aqui. Foi mal. Hoje tô com alguns problemas técnicos, mas por enquanto eles estão resolvidos. Provavelmente vão aparecer outros, mas por enquanto tá, tá indo bem. Okay, so I finished that first one, the first shoulder band or something. Roland said, try running YouTube from your computer to avoid it taking priority on your phone's headset. I'm not using a headset. I was just using like not ambient, but how do you say it? Like I was just using a normal camera microphone. And if I ran YouTube on the computer to like look at comments, then what would happen is I wouldn't be able to draw and see the comments at the same time, so I'd have to keep going back and forth, and then it would make a less productive stream, I think. And I don't really want to like test it. But I think I found a solution now because I forgot that StreamYard on the phone. Something just flew in my eye. StreamYard on the phone. I can see the comments there, so it's all good. We're all good for now. But thank you for the suggestion. I'll definitely I'll try and use that if it still continues to give problems. But you guys can hear me now, right? Like you guys are, man, there's a moth here. I'm sorry. It's not even a moth, it's a grasshopper. But you guys hear me now, right? I imagine that because Roland's like saying things that are related to I imagine. Try and get cricket, grasshopper. Got it. So it's pretty much just gonna be the same, stuff. for this. Sorry, I went silent there. It's pretty much just gonna be the same like technique for this shoulder thing as the other one. You know, I'm just gonna fill it in, and and then I'll take a little bit of the black out with my eraser, and it's lagging. Oh, that's why. Okay, I missed a pixel apparently. Yes, I did, and it's a pretty big file for my computer, so for it to fill in like the whole thing, it takes like 30 seconds. I don't know if that time is right, but it takes too long. Okay, that looks good. Okay, Roland said, video takes priority over anything else on mobile, like playing music or recording audio. That might be why you were muted when you switched to YouTube on your phone. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, because so then, like, even though I had my phone on mute to avoid, like, delay with not delay with my audio, but me getting confused with me talking, it was still, like, the phone still recognized it as having sound. So that makes sense, and, I'll definitely avoid doing that in the future. So thank you for the advice. I did not know that. I didn't know that's how it worked. Okay, I don't like those little scribbles, so I'm gonna put it up to what I had, which is around 40 or something. That way it's really easier for me to just do consistent hatching. That's something that I've been having a lot of trouble doing digitally, consistent hatching. Like I can do something that's like a sketchy drawing that has inconsistent hatching, and I can break it up and like it just everywhere because that's what I do on the computer and it looks fine with that style. But when I go to something that needs really clean hatching, I have a lot of trouble because I just don't have the same, hand controls and whatnot that I do traditionally. Uh, just stuff to learn, that I'm learning. Still learning how to do a lot of digital things. Uh, as some of you might know, I'm working on a book. I'm making a book for Tardigrade Press. And on that book, once I finish it, I probably will try and get Clip Studio if it doesn't take a lot from the computer. Okay, so now we're gonna continue here with this drawing. I already got both of the shoulder stuff done. Just gonna add his shoulder here just because it makes sense for me. Okay, now I'm gonna start to actually render in the not render in, but fill out the black areas because Skoot made them really defined. So then it's just, it's going to pass a line there. Then I'll do this little section first. And then it filled in the whole thing again. Now I'm going to have to zoom in and see the one little mini pixel that it did. And I mean, I have the fill set to, like, to take out to fill in small little pixels. So that doesn't happen as much, but it still happens a lot. And Scoot's lines are really thick, so I'm gonna probably work with a really much bigger brush for this drawing. Yeah, that seems to work. So Roland said you're very fond of fine feathering, like on the folds of that strap. Yes, I really do like just doing a lot of small little details, and when I do it traditionally, so when I do my traditional inks, since I've gotten used to using a really small brush, that's what I end up doing anyway, and it's what like the people that I look after in drawing do too. So it's like they do it, and that's what I'm trying. And I'm trying to like aspire to be like them in some stuff, and so then I just like learn from them kind of. Okay, let's see if I got this one right. I did. Yes, victory. Okay, let's see how I can do with these shorter hatching lines. Because I found that digital, it works better most of the time for me to go thick to thin. So like, the thinner part of, no, thin to thick. So the thinner part of the line, and then I press harder, make it thicker, because that gives the thinner part of the line a really thin, like a pointy aspect. And so then when I do this, I can get it if I do it just right. What ends up happening most of the time is that or that, which is not the ideal one. But the thin to thick takes more calm. You have to do it calmer, or else it's gonna just look all the same. So it's either all gonna be really thick or all gonna be really thin. And so like this is looking kind of simple right now, those black areas, but I'm gonna add a lot of more like, you know, this type of detail in later. Okay, I'm not gonna save it now because you guys don't need to see me saving things. Roland said, "Is such intricate feathering daunting or time consuming?" It's not really daunting. At least at this stage that I'm at, I just have a lot of fun and I just add a lot of detail. Uh, and I've practiced it, so it's pretty natural to me to just like I know where kind of very loosely. I'm not professional or anything, but I know kind of where to add the detail and where to not. But I definitely would say that it's time consuming. Definitely, gotta make sure that it's all the right width. It's not you can't have too thick of lines, or else it looks like it's not, or else, it calls too much attention away from the other parts, which is not what you want. You want it to be concentrated on the main parts, not these mini details. But yeah, it's not really daunting. Okay, I'm gonna do this vein here. And unfortunately, he did it really simple, and like it's not, bad or anything. But like I like veins that aren't that dark because that gives me more freedom to do like, that, which is I think something that I picked up from Scott Williams a lot. Like a lot of his stuff that he does those type of like broken up lines, and it's something that I really like to do myself. And now I'm going to do the rendering for the other side of the neck muscle. And so then this is kind of where having a thicker brush is a disadvantage. Although I think in the long run it's better because that way I don't have to press so much on my tablet and it's easier to get thicker lines, which he has a lot of. So I think it's a better bet overall. Bet is not the right word, but so here I'm just doing, a little bit of just simple stuff to just give dimension to the vein. Again, I'm sorry, it's a reflex. I did coding class, and so this year for high school, And so like my reflex is to like save everything. Every time I type one letter, I would save it so that way if I lost electricity, I wouldn't lose hours of work on a big project. And so then now when I do any Excel thing, when I'm doing any drawing thing, like I'll just consistently save, and it's unnecessary. I don't need it, but I do it. So, but I'll try my best not to do it today because it's unnecessary and it slows me down. Roland said, "Do you consider doing physical inks over printed pencils like Scotty Young? Doing physical inks? Yeah, that's what I do for obviously, when I get something off the internet, I don't have access to the real thing. And yeah, I think I do prefer that. Sorry, it's a reflex. Um, and so then yeah, because when I did a Batman one that I did all by myself, like from layout to colors, I actually did the pencils all traditionally, like I fully penciled it, and then I scanned it and printed those exact same pencils in blue line for me to ink over. So yeah, I think it's just better because I think that way, especially for me that has to work with cheaper paper, I don't have to worry about like older, like not older, but like the paper already being damage kind of from the hand going on it and the eraser and the graphite and everything, which on the papers that I use is a really it's a big factor. And also that I can have a separate pencils. And also it just gives like it's easier for me to clean up digitally because I can't do that over traditional pencils. Like it's easy much easier with blue line or something. Someone said the old save early, saved often motto. Yes. Often is an understatement. I will like it's so much more than often. It's like especially with other stuff, drawing not so much. It's like I will type one letter and I will save it. Or like one line and I will save it. But I mean, better to save than not to save. Because eventually power is gonna run out here or something like that. So it has helped. Like I have ran out of power in the middle of working on something, but I had already saved most of the progress, so it wasn't that big of a loss. But I won't do that today. Sorry, I just said like but and then I like froze. So these lines are going to be a little thicker than what I usually do, but I think I was looking at some Skoot stuff, and it's really what his style. Like it seems like a lot of his style is like that. Like has a lot of thicker lines. Uh, and that's cool. Like it's different style, and I will try and respect that. And also, it's better for my tablet. I don't want to keep having to, you know, s- press my tablet super hard to just get a line that I could get with just putting on a thicker brush. So let me get this, and then I'll read the comment. Um, don't like that. Okay, Roland said, some art software like graphic scale has the option to generate multiple backups of an image every time it's saved. That's cool. Yeah, Credo, which is the one that I use, doesn't have that much backup options. Like it doesn't like it'll auto save I think every 15 minutes, but I save it more than every 15 minutes, so not really helpful. But yeah, that's cool. I do know that some have like good backup options that really help. We're going quick. I already got almost this whole thing done. I don't imagine we're gonna get the whole drawing done, you know, in the hour and a half that we have, but we could get it almost. Please don't do the whole thing. Thank you. So annoying when I like I fill it in and then it just fills in the whole drawing. So triggering. Um, so did anybody get any like? Does anybody here like video games or something? I don't know. I'm trying to think of a topic of conversation, and I got two new video games for Christmas. Yeah, Christmas. I got FIFA and Injustice, which I was excited about because I had never played it and I had heard a bunch of stuff about it. But I'm just gonna say like really quietly here, I got disappointed. I was disappointed by Injustice. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't what I got. Injustice, I don't know. It was weird. It's just I don't even know. I just don't like it. I have not spent that much time on it. Ron said, "So would you try physical links over printed copies of submitted art from friends?" Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm sorry. Um, yeah, because that's what I mostly do sometimes. Like before, when I wasn't working on a book. Now that I'm working on a book, I really anything that people send me, I will do it digitally most likely because I want to do all of my traditional drawing time do on the book, get the book done, and work on that. Uh, by the way, the book is made by Tardigrade Press, who released a Kickstarter for one of their books today, called Sasquatch Vikings. So back that on Kickstarter. I'm not involved in the book or with them for that book at all, but I looks like it looks like a really good book. So I would, if I had the money, I would back it. Anyway, physical links. Yeah, I would. I'm not going to now, but that's what I used to do. Somebody would send it to me, and I would just print it out and ink it. So yeah, I would totally be game for that. Um, so I think that what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna do all of this, and then I'm gonna like fix up the not fix, but I'm gonna words. I'm going to add all of these little like hatching details. Okay, wow, wow, that looks so good. This I'm gonna totally just, that's totally gonna be in the dark type of situation. And then this, like I think it's supposed to be the Adam's apple, I think it's called. This I want to make sure that the rendering's a little different because it's, pretty like hard shape, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. David Finch, like he has a video where he talks about it. And I don't know how to explain it, but I know what I'm taught. Like I know what I'm supposed to be doing. I just don't know how to explain what I'm supposed to be doing. Weird, but whatever. Ooh, my computer is heating up. Um, Roland said, "Which Injustice game? The first or second? Both suffer from uncanny visuals, and I'm not personally a fan of the mechanics." Yeah, the visual. I got the first one. The visuals. It's hard. Like my brother already finished story mode, and it's hard sometimes to look at like Wonder Woman, especially. She was the first one that I fought that I did a fight with. It was E. And the mechanics. I mean, like I don't know if it's the game's mechanics specifically, or if it's made by the same people that do Mortal Kombat. So I would expect that they're good mechanics. Um, but like I've never had a fighting game, so I have zero reference for if this is a good fighting game or if it's bad fighting game. I did not like it because it doesn't seem, it doesn't seem intuitive to me. Like it seems like all of the combos and stuff, you need to do something that doesn't make much sense. It's like a bunch of combinations they just have to memorize, which doesn't seem fun to me. Like having to memorize stuff. Like I'll memorize stuff for a test. I don't want to have to do it for a video game. And it's hard to win without memorizing those things. Jeez, I think I'm just gonna save it. That way it won't show this up every time. Uh, da. Sure. Okay. That won't show up again. I think it's easier to just do that than to expect me to not do it. I'm going to cough for a little bit. Hopefully you did not hear that because it was not a nice sound. It was my coughs. Anyway, Injustice. I don't know. I like racing games and I like FIFA soccer game. So like those are intuitive, you know. So like on FIFA, I'm like, okay, I know the basic controls. I don't need to remember a bunch of stuff to be able to play it. But Injustice, I've played it for a little bit and I still need to get stuff working. Roland said, I think, oh no. Roland said, the second Injustice game still looks rough, but much better than the first. I prefer Capcom style fighting games personally. I'll have to check them out. Like I've heard of Capcom fighting games, and I'm willing to try different stuff because I was not a fan. Roland said, I think you'd like 3D fighters like Tekken or Dead or Alive because the combo mechanics are less rigid and more free flowing. Yeah, maybe. There's definitely like I've been very like my whole video game like not career but my whole video game life that I've played, it's been very limited. It was like Lego games because they were like kiddie and stuff, and then FIFA and racing. That's it. You know, that's literally the only games I've had for 10 years. No, not 10 years. Almost 10 years, something like that. Uh, yeah. I mean, soon when I'm almost 18. Like, so when I'm 18, I'm gonna get shooter games. I'm gonna play with my older friends and relatives and stuff that play shooter games that I can't play. Shooter games are something that are also very intuitive. It's too violent for me to play. But yeah, Dead or Alive, I've heard of that one. This mask is a tough part because it can't really be that thick, so to say. You know, like it can't really be that pronounced because it's just a like wrinkle in the mask type of a thing. So I'm really gonna try and here I'm really gonna try and keep it a little more contained, the lines and everything, than in the rest of the drawing, but not too much. See how that looks. Didn't erase these lines, didn't really make much sense. Okay, it's good enough for me. Roland said, on the opposite end, anime fighters like Guilty Gear or Blaze Blue have infamously complex combo mechanics. Oh, man, complex? That's I don't know. I mean, I imagine that if you can spend like time and you like the characters or you like, just fighting games and stuff like that, and you like learning combos and then just applying it together. It's like I've seen people play Injustice, uh, Mortal Kombat, and when they have and when they do like a 20 hit combo or something, I like it looks cool, and I would like to give a 20 hit combo. It just seems like it takes too much to do that. But yeah, I really haven't heard of that type of fighting game. Be interesting. I gotta expand my range of video game knowledge. It's very limited. It's too limited. Another thing that I really want to get when I finish the book is a Xbox Series S, because that way I can get new games. Because I'm currently on the 360, so I'm old generation, and that limits the games even more. Like I said, I'm always trying to keep these lines consistent because you can tell when they're not. Like it looks off. Then a little more. That looks good. I think that once I add this shadow over here, it'll look better. Everyone said, is Brazil actually strict about minors playing 18 plus video games? I asked because up here, there's a meme about how Call of Duty is for children, given how play online. No, there's no rule here. It's just a family thing. Just not self-imposed, but family-imposed rules. I don't think there's anything. No, I know there's not anything because I know that my 11-year-old relatives play GTA 5. So, that happens. I don't imagine there are rules about that type of thing. But I mean, the thing about, I don't know, I'm not going to get into it. I'm going to make this mask nice and bulky. I don't know if that's the right word. That looks good enough. And we're going to flip it a little bit to get the angle better. Because, I have a preferred angle to draw it, which is this one. So I find that it's good for me to flip or rotate the drawing to get to that angle so that I can get a better result. I mean, that's what I do on paper too. I'd rotate the paper, It's not nothing, it ain't nothing unusual. It's like I'm gonna add a lot more detail to this chest area, not chest, neck area. Feels like the chest because it's only like a smaller drawing. But I'm just not going to do it now because it's not going to be that interesting or new. So I'll probably do it off camera. Now it's another part that I'm just going to black out, a big section. And then just fill it in and then render out from it. See if I missed a pixel. Yo, I didn't miss a pixel. Yeah, now I can save it and it's not going to show up big thing. Roland said, I recently had a conversation with a taxi driver from Sao Paulo. It said growing up it was much easier for him to get counterfeit video games because of the stupid taxes on it. That is, I can vouch. I don't think I don't get pirated games because they usually don't last long, so the price isn't really worth it. Whereas if I get an original game, it's it'll last you pretty much until forever. Okay, that's not a technical term thing or anything, but it'll last you, until you break it or until you lose it or whatever. But yeah, it's much easier. And video games are expensive here. So, but yeah, it's way easier. Like, and people in schools and stuff were always like, had these, I don't know if slang is the right word, but like, they just had these words for games that were like pirated. And I was like, what are you talking about? And they're like, this. I'm like, oh, okay. One thing that digital does allow me to do much better, or not much better, but easier than traditional, is rendering out from, you know, just like rendering out because of the, what do you call it, the line width variation. So then it's easier for me to, you know, just be able to do that rendering. Whereas when I'm doing it traditionally, because I only use fine liners, it's much harder. Just it's cool to see the differences in between these type of things. I still prefer traditional though. Just the feel of being able to do something on paper is much better. Um, yeah, Roland said that counterfeit games are 10 rounds compared to legit games. Yeah, but like I don't know, some of them might have virus or I don't know. It just seems, I'm not gonna say wrong. It just seems like something that isn't worth it because I know that like I used to get a I don't even know if they're counterfeit because like, so there's these like pirated movies things which are just the most common thing in Brazil. Like I don't know how it is in other countries, but in Brazil it's like a bakery, you just find them everywhere. Again, I don't know if there are bakeries everywhere in other places. I just said it because it seems like bakeries are something common. But anyway, so then so then there were there were just so many kind of counterfeit movies, and then I would get them, but like 70% of them wouldn't even work. They would be in the wrong language. They would be like terrible quality. They would break like 2 days later. There were just a lot of problems, and it's a big hassle to just like go back and get one and get another one, and then that one doesn't work. So it just doesn't seem worth it. But the city that I live in actually has a huge like shopping mall for counterfeit movies and video games and stuff like that. So pretty big, not gonna lie. Like people who get them, I definitely don't like have anything against or think they're doing the wrong decision. Just something I don't prefer. This mask is a little complicated, so I might get a little sketchy with it, but that'll be fine. Not gonna be a big problem. So you might have heard some music there. Not me. It's gonna, but it's fine. It's not a big deal. Hopefully, I mean, it was good music. The thing about the mask is that I want to get good like rendering in, but I just don't want to over render it or under render it or anything like that. So it's a good hard balance to find. I think I'm almost there, maybe a little more like lines in this direction or something like that. Okay, so I mean, we have about half an hour left. We are doing good on like drawing, and like we're a good chunk done with the drawing. More than I expected, I think, to get done in the time. It's like it was a recent thing that I had to shift the amount of time. I wasn't able to put as much time into this, so I'm happy. Um, if I can give that a little more personality or something. Okay, not bad. I like it. Definitely not, my finest. Okay, the lag. Wow, that looks kind of funny. Whatever. I wonder if I should leave it like that and give him bug eyes. Mom said, back in the day, my uncles would use their connections to let us borrow the counterfeit movies while still cinemas. Usually it was just a guy holding a camcorder to the screen in theater. Yeah, that's how a lot of the movies here were. I don't know. It does seem, yeah. Now it's got to be harder though to do that. The camcorder type. Oh, do people? What is a cam? I know it's probably some type of recording thing. People probably don't use those. Probably use phone or something. But still, it's probably. I know it's harder nowadays to do that. People have more ways to check it. Yes, I think as a goal for today, I think I want to try and get the eyes done, and then I'll do all of the festive background and whatnot off screen, and then I'll post it on Instagram, all the normal stuff. And for people who like watch my YouTube and stuff, I am sorry that I haven't really been posting. It's uh, it's just a lot of work to edit it for me, and so I end up more often than not deciding not to do a video because of editing time that it takes. So I don't really have any plans on changing it. Just giving an explanation as to why. Still gonna do best of those. Best of though. There we go. I can speak English, I swear. Okay. Now this is cool because I can give them like an angular look by like making a couple of these mask details straighter edges instead of all curves. I think it helps. Roland said it's a rarer sight nowadays given how easier it is to distribute pirated movies online. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah. I imagine it was some type of like recorder thing. So yeah, so Roland said that it was a camcorder, was from cam and camera, and quarter from recorder. So camera recorder. I'm from the new generation. I don't know this type of stuff. Okay. Strong blacks, which is what this is called. I'm almost like that's what I've heard it be called. Always see it's always my favorite part of these of drawing, like the whole like drawing process. It's always something that just gives it such a clean look, in my opinion. And it's hard to mess up. And it's harder to mess up than the other, like the details or something like that. Again, in my opinion. So yeah, like I said, I want to do more live streams on the channel and stuff. Not sure when I'll get the time to, but I'll definitely try and put some time towards it. Because it's something. It's fun. Not only does it give me a specific time to draw, it's also nice to be able to talk to people and stuff. Ron said camcorder was a common term for any type of handheld camera for years. And also the white highlights around the mask's lens look fantastic. Ah, thanks. Yeah, Skoot had put them in, and then I kind of just like highlighted them. And those I think I'm gonna leave. The one here, these I'm gonna add like hard rendering to it, so like with big lines to give it the sense that it's because that's a rim light. These over here, it's the seam, so it's a different type of lighting. But thank you for the compliment. Um, gonna add a little bit of stuff here. Important to zoom out so that way I can tell how much this rendering, which has to be very not precise, but it has to be, it can't be overpowering. Make sure it isn't overpowering. Make sure I haven't made it overpowering. And I'm gonna do something which Mike Hawthorne, I think, is the best at for Deadpool. He's really good with expressions. But I think he's really good at just the mask specifically. Like he can just do this part right here, like this middle part, that you want to give it a gradient, and he does it just in the best way, I think. So for who hasn't heard, check out Mike Hawthorne. Really good artist. There we go. Deadpool. Enter music. That was kind of cheesy. Okay. We're definitely not almost done, but it's about to say we're definitely not almost done, but we're almost done. But no, we still have a good ways to go. I don't know. I probably am not going to do this on a separate stream because there's not that much, like in terms of stream wise, it wouldn't really be that long of a stream, and it would be the less interesting part. So I'll probably just do this off camera, but I don't know, suggest in the comments or now live what else I should draw on stream because I really don't have any plan or anything. If it's something involving the book I'm working on, I'll probably do it on on their channel. So think up some random character. Like if anybody's watched the Monday Night Live streams with Meredith and Dave, they just have people suggest names and stuff. So feel free to suggest it. Okay, I'm gonna go. I was a little silent because I wanted to just get this important part here. Make sure everything looks good. That looks good, I think. There we go. Look at that. Man, it is hot here. It really is. It's the opposite of the northern hemisphere. Please get this line right. Let's go. I did a big line, and then if I had gotten anything wrong, I was gonna have to erase it all. It's been so sad, and a lot of extra work, you know. Yeah, now it's a lot of angular lines. Really give it that Deadpool feel, because he's, you know, really not gonna say a really angular guy, but you know, he's really just, it fits him to have that type of a style, which is again why I think Mike Hawthorne, good artist, he has really not solid, he has really jagged lines. Okay, it looks like I got all of the pixels. Moment of truth. Yes. Wow, that makes it look just completely different, better, but you know, totally different, you know, aesthetic and vibe and everything with the dark eyes and everything, all those details. I will say, annoyingly, it's an okay. No, let me rephrase that. It's really annoying to do like small, like short rendering, digitally for me so far. It's been something that I really dislike. Uh, you know, because it's, I don't know what it is. It's something about the pressure sensitivity that I need to get a small line, but if I do a small brush size, it doesn't have good pressure sensitivity, something like that, and it's annoying to be that much more annoying than it is traditionally. That one didn't look that good. It didn't do well in that first rendering line. Roland said, Brazil's just starting summer. I hear it can get as bad as the high 30s. Yeah, where I live, it's not that bad yet. It definitely gets that bad eventually. But yeah. But I mean, winter's cold when it's hot there. So ups and downs, I guess. Yeah, I gotta make sure I get this rendering right. This is the like, I think other than the eyes, it's the like staple of the Deadpool mask. Like if these rendering in the middle don't look good, it's over. Yeah, so we're on track to finish the eyes. So I'm just gonna finish the eyes, then I'm gonna close up shop. I have personal matters to attend to. But yeah, so I'll finish the eyes first. Definitely gonna, not gonna leave that hanging. I gotta go slow. I gotta make sure that I don't speed it up, or else the line weight gets even worse. Okay, almost there. Okay. Okay, that looks good. I like that. Thank you very much. So yeah, so I mean it's important with the mask, I think, to get like different rendering directions, because you know the mask is folding in many directions, so you need to make sure to follow that, or it's gonna look really one dimensional, you know? It's just not gonna look like it's a oh, I don't know if it'll look one dimensional, but it's not gonna look three-dimensional. I guess could look two-dimensional? I don't even know. I'm gonna start adding some of those. Hey, Thomas. Wee Bart is here. Hi, man. Nice to see you. Uh, I'm, I'm not ending the stream. I guess so, but it's getting close to being done. But I mean, you got it. You made it. We're here. You missed all of the technical difficulties. All the best part. Okay, now I'm gonna add all of those little, you know, just but I want to make sure that they're not too much and that they're not overpowering. I mean, I can definitely add a little bit of rendering here and there. And so then if that looks a little too bad, then I just get the black rendering. It's kind of cool effect. Wow, it's so much hotter now. I don't know, for some reason. I think it's this light. This light, the lamp I have causes a lot of heat. So it just warms up, and it's not nice. Ron said the wrinkles suggest he has no nose. Shh. In the X-Men Origins movie, did he have a nose? I can't remember. The movie has been wiped from my brain. But if he didn't, that's why. But yeah, it does. But Spider-Man has it a little bit. Spider-Man, I think, has it more because Spider-Man, they don't show any of these wrinkles. So it looks like Spider-Man has even less of a nose. Obviously, like, there's some artists that give him more of a nose. But yeah. So Weebart said that it's looking sick. Thank you. Hopefully you like the final product. This is just the beginning. Beginning, my friend. Yeah, now I'm gonna do that thick rendering that I said. Try out some different stuff. Can't go too fast with this, or else the lines just end up looking too bad. And as I'm saying that, I'm going too fast with the thing. But it already gives it that sense of like, oh, okay. They're on a, like, it is a rim light, you know, it's not just, because it's different, like I said, the light that I have here on the mask is from a seam, because the mask has that seam, like, sewed in. The light that I'm doing here on the chin is from rim light, so it has shadowing, at least usually, you know. So now I'm setting a little bit of detail. I'm gonna have, obviously the stuff here. I mean, it's got to add all of this type of detail. This is something that digital has really made me do more of. Sometimes it works. Most of the times it works, in my opinion. Hopefully people who look at my art agree. I mean, kind of the ones that matter more. Like that. Yeah, I mean, I want to add on a separate layer. I want to try some fade out stuff. Nope, I did not like. Maybe if I up the size a little bit. Definitely not. Maybe if I get some type of like sponge or something. There's some good ones like that. So I want to find something that's good for like erasing back, not erasing back, but like okay, that's too big of a size. It's causing me too much lag, my friend. Okay, if I do this, then maybe I can get a blender brush. Here, I'm going to need a bigger size. Oh, wow. Okay. No, maybe we don't do this on camera. Said supposedly Ryan Reynolds stole his original Deadpool costume by walking off the set after the final day of shooting and not telling anyone who was keeping it. Nice. That's the exact type of thing that I would do if I had just played Deadpool and I like Deadpool and stuff. And it's cool, I wonder what happens because they have so many suits. Like I saw a documentary for Star Wars. The amount of suits is unhuman, especially if you have, getting burnt and it's crazy. Good for him. Fortunately, it seems like he found out, so I doubt that he kept it like permanently. But okay, I think that I'm gonna be pretty much close to done. Yeah, I'll probably just get this little furry hat and stuff. Because so the hat was interesting. Like I did the hat. Like I just got just the Deadpool one and said, hey, this would be relatively easy to adapt to a Christmas, like type of feel. I think it's pretty clean, doesn't have a lot of detail, would be good for a stream and stuff. So it's tough because I want to add detail to it, like I want to make it look like it's fur. You can't have too much, but I think I found something that's good enough. People have said, can't wait to see you finish. Yeah, me neither. It's gonna be hopefully like cool way to start the year. I'm gonna make sure it's my first drawing of 2022. Finish it in 2022. Thing about hair is they gotta make sure they have some loose strands. Can't have it all be the same. And here I'm just creating that same same type of rim light, just by randomly drawing lines. Really, it's really all it is. So yeah, I'm gonna be done. Pretty much, I'm get my little signy sign, get it ready for when it's finished. I mean, that looks cool. I like it. It's a cool little version of Deadpool. I'm liking the style that my digital art is taking. Uh, so yeah, thank you everyone for coming to the stream. Hope you all have a happy new year. You know, it's gonna be a great year, hopefully. Thank you for watching this stream. Can't wait to finish this and show it to you guys. It's going to be on my Instagram as normal. The link to it should be in the description. If it's not, it's in my channel description or any one of my other videos description. Uh, Relatively easy to find. It's the same name. So yeah, I'll post this when it's done. Thank you for coming. Uh, Thank you everyone who got here right when who was there when I was having technical difficulties. Uh, yeah, it was a little difficult. It was tough, but we figured it out. So yeah, bye everyone.